The WWE Unreal trailer is live on the Netflix YouTube channel, and we have got some thoughts. I'm Michael Hamflett.
And Phil Chambers.
And this is chatting about exactly that. It's a biggie, Phil. It's a big one.
It's a biggie.
WWE, obviously, upon launching with Netflix back in January, primarily with Raw and the very sort of backlog of network content and all that going on, talked about original features and lots of new content that was coming their way. And it looks like we're coming in hot, ultimately, with the first big project. Unreal.
Yeah, it's coming in so hot, I'm joking on it.
This is not an advert, this is simply to talk about it because we're pretty excited. There was loads of discussion online about it and we thought we'd contribute to you. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. When you've watched it, it's coming July 29th and there's been little teasers and clips here and there, but the full trailer dropped last night that appeared to outline, I think over, I want to say it's between 4 and 6 episodes, what the key primary drivers of the individual plots are going to be. It's okay to call them plots. It's still a TV show.
Still. And it's still WWE.
What have we got as the headlines? So there's Cody Rhodes talking about like the physical demands of being the top guy.
Yep. Charlotte Flair pissing herself.
Yes. Cannot stress that enough.
Big plot line.
Deep and detailed discussion of if Charlotte Flair urinated or defecated in the ring. Stay tuned to this video to find out. You won't believe number 8.
What happened in her band.
You won't believe item number 2.
Hey!
Exactly. We've got the likes of Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair talking not just about like the riggers and panic attacks and the like, but seemingly the specifics of their match at WrestleMania 41.
John Cena heel turn.
The John Cena heel turn focused upon the hows, the wheres, the whys.
Definitely planned and really well written out and not just a random spur of the moment thing by The Rock.
That's what it appears like Triple H is going to tell me, so who am I to doubt him? Who am I to doubt
it's
the
a
game?
documentary.
Well,
you're going to believe it.
They're not going to lie on it, are they?
They're not going to lie in a documentary.
And I guess related to that potentially, the return of The Rock to WWE business in early 2025.
His weird little hand gestures.
Yeah.
What are you
Good now. What were your initial takeaways from this one?
I mean, as soon as it was announced, I was excited about it. This is exactly what I've been wanting from the WWE Netflix partnership. I don't care about watching more. I want the goddamn documentaries. I have a Netflix subscription because of the documentaries. There's other stuff, obviously, like, Squid Game's great. But have you seen the documentary about the poop cruise?
WWE poop cruise. That's the Charlotte Flair bit.
That's the Charlotte Flair bit. So this is exactly what I've been looking for. Also, the best part for me about the WWE Network, screw all the history of things, it was the documentaries.
Oh my God.
The WWE 24s and the likes. There was a fantastic run of a few years of like just a spate of documentaries that they were releasing.
It's better than the product.
Yeah, they were all absolutely great, and there's weird little snippets of the behind the scenes things, but with a very WWE light shone on it. Now they were obviously all WWE controlled and owned properties. They were going on a WWE platform. They had control over absolutely everything.
Astonishing some of them went out, considering what a negative light shone on the company.
Exactly.
Like so Liv Morgan and Kevin Owens getting gaslit by Vince McMahon live on camera and just being like, you're putting that on your own network.
Yeah. That's fine. Jim Vince just wasn't paying attention to it.
No.
He was too busy with other things, obviously. But this one is more of a Netflix production, but also they're working with WWE and they're not going to, the Vince McMahon documentary itself, they didn't exactly go deep on what they could have done. It was very, very careful.
Yeah.
So they're not wanting to destroy WWE in the middle of this or anything. It's not like a gotcha journalism kind of thing. No. But it's like an outside property doing documentaries with them, which is the first time probably since like Beyond the Mat. I remember obviously Wrestling with Shadows and Beyond the Mat being so close to one another seemed to shut the door for a long time, didn't it? Like they were so unhappy with the portrayal of the company. I don't know, just maybe don't run the company in a way you're unhappy with it being portrayed. That led to there being a shutout for years and years and years before this network run that you're talking about. So I assume WWE has the final say over all of this.
Yeah.
But it's also will be interesting to see what sort of like an outsider producer kind of thing does within that sort of WWE documentary system. So I'm kind of fascinated by it.
Yes.
Like a last dance of WrestleMania, I guess.
Oh my God.
If we're just going to name drop Netflix shows.
Should we get some beers and treat it like the game?
God, yeah. 100%.
Find a bar and just watch it in there.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I am very, very excited for it. I am more excited for the snippets into the Bianca Belairs and Rhea Ripley's and there was a bit with Chelsea Green. She always comes across great in these kind of things. I'm more excited for that side of the things, like the Cody Rhodes talking about stuff. I'm more excited for that than like Michael Hayes' rewriting of WWE history because he just says things on camera and therefore they're true. So it's going to have a little bit of both sides of this, I think. But I think a lot of the sort of newer guard always come across really, really well in these things and feel a lot more like human beings than the kind of old guard do.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Of a slightly different world and system that they've been able to come up in, and certainly maybe speaking more candidly now in this current era than they might have been permitted to do. I don't know. That's just, if I am permitted to take off my Dr. Fed Mark hat and put on my critical analysis one, I'm also quite excited to see yet again more political gamesmanship being played between Triple H and The Rock. Final sign-off and all that sort of stuff is so key here. The most fascinating element to last year's WrestleMania 40 behind-the-scenes piece that was like supposedly going to come out days after WrestleMania and ended up landing on YouTube in July after like allegedly quite a bit of cutting and changing and sticking, and we all remember the meme of The Rock basically saying, "And then I invented the business," and we're off to the races. It felt like that played out in the John Cena heel turn in 2025. You know, the leaks that came out about The Rock wanting Cody Rhodes and obviously ultimately getting John Cena, and the subsequent, is it okay to call it like creative failure? I don't want to speak on the commercial side. The creative failure of the John Cena heel turn subsequently feels like we are watching yet more chess being played between Triple H and The Rock at two of the most powerful seats in the company. That extends surely to a documentary series that both are going to have had a hand in. Triple H looked like he's going to be one of the key talking heads. We saw a revealing clip in one of the teasers a few weeks ago of like the creative team with a big whiteboard up of a provisional WrestleMania card. We saw again on the main trailer that whiteboard being rolled into the writer's room. I want to watch that. I don't care how fictionalized that is. I want to look at that.
That's a key part of this for me. Because I remember when the WWE like writers, they made like a video to I hire writers, and it was like a look into the WWE writers room, and it was unlisted on WWE's YouTube channel, but someone found it and it ended up getting shared everywhere, and then it ended up getting taken down. And they were using it to like show new hires and like what place is like, but there was loads of clips of the WWE writers room with all of the whiteboards. And I remember poking through that video, trying to read out all the things on the different whiteboards. Every single shot, get a little screenshot of it and try and zoom in and see what we could find on those whiteboards, and going through for like a day trying to find things. It was absolutely fantastic, and some of the it's a writer's room, they're going to throw out bizarre things, but it's WWE writers' room, so it's even worse than anything else.
Wait a minute, that made TV, or like that idea was given to that wrestler.
And you look through it and you see sort of it might not have been used there, but it was used elsewhere, and you can see all these little things, and that was like just super fun poking through that. But as this whiteboard was coming through on the trailer, it was all blurred out, and I was like, I need it now. So I need that to be in the documentary unblurred, or I'm going to kick off, basically.
Well, again,
I'm going to cancel my Netflix if the whiteboard is blurred.
I think that's like, is it going to be unblurred? Like, that's a fair question, because you know, I've quite enjoyed this last WWE boom, but like so much of it is underpinned by a divisive, shall we say, style of creative with Triple H at the helm, where he plots quite carefully and he's quite deliberate in how he paces things out. In some cases, like people just outright call him boring. I quite like his methodology when the stories are good. And then The Rock just comes in like a wrecking ball, and like some people quite enjoy that as well. And like the two methods collide, don't they? Let's say, but like The Rock and Triple H often seem like they have to keep this relationship appearing to be, we're kind of on the same side. Old Dwayne Knight is like, you hate each other just as much as you do when we're working together. Nothing has changed.
It feels like there isn't going to be that much of The Rock in this. Like there was images of him, but they were obviously just filmed when the cameras were backstage, kind of thing.
And he's like Mr. Narrative Control, isn't he?
Exactly. I feel like if he was going to be in the documentary, they would 100% have put a talking head with him in the trailer.
In which case, he's going to get buried
he's going to
6
be
foot deep.
Exactly, so it's just going to be Triple H's side of it, which is even better in a way.
But then again, like, what have we heard about The Rock? He likes, we've aggregated this in the past, definitely, like final sign-off on the pictures and the shows he's on that they don't even appear on WWE.com with the rest of them.
They are not allowed to appear until like a day later or something when he finally signs them off.
So there's no way his people
they just use screenshots.
Like
so dumb.
There's no way him or his people haven't seen all of this before it's gone out.
God,
to understand that, like, how he's been represented, which again is fascinating, because like, what if there's like a single line of like dialogue from one of the wrestlers or Triple H himself that's worked with him? He's like, and then that has to go and it makes something else not make sense. John Cena, I should point out, appeared as a talking head here, which could be fascinating. Like, will he speak, or how openly will he speak about the heel turn when he was told about it? Like, maybe the reservations he might have had, because presumably most of this was in the can by, it looks to be, by the end of WrestleMania. You see the wrestlers in the ring at WrestleMania. You see Rhea Ripley selling the mark from the hair whip.
Punk's talking about his main event.
Yeah, so it looks like it'll lead to that as its destination, won't it? It'll be like that Rumble to WrestleMania season, which is the most exciting period of WWE's calendar to track anyway. So it'll be fascinating without the knowledge of what was to come for John Cena's heel turn, how locked in he looks and sounds and feels about it. Maybe this could serve as part of the soft launch of his final babyface run, should he lose to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, because it looks like it'll humanise him. Yeah. Like, as most things do, I guess, documentaries like this typically, when taking the performers and the talking heads out of the spotlight, invariably you kind of end up seeing things a bit more from their perspective or understanding where they're coming from. So you'd imagine that all of this a lot of people that will watch Raw will then watch WWE Unreal and will return to Raw and be like, it'll be nice when he gets his babyface ending. Yeah. You know, there's rumours of him wrestling Gunther in Boston. It's hard to imagine that's not a babyface send-off for this guy that's otherwise worked as a heel all year.
Yeah, absolutely. It also feels like, on that exact same point, like it was the very last shot in the documentary, CM Punk asking Charlotte Flair if she'd ever shit herself in the ring, and she said no, but she had peed herself a little. Yeah. Like that clip of Charlotte Flair, like that's going along with like when she was in the Undertaker's podcast thing. Yeah. It's like a much more humanized version of Charlotte Flair than we've ever seen on WWE TV before.
What a pop she got at Evolution. It's already working. Yeah. Like that, yeah.
Like that, I feel like more things like that might actually lend itself to a Charlotte Flair babyface turn at some point, which is like ridiculous to say because it's like she is perennial heel and she has been forever, but she's been so goddamn desperate to be a babyface for so long. Yeah. But it's just never worked because they've always just done it in super weird ways. Like this is the way to do it. Just humanize her and actually show her as a nice person. Like
we joke about this like they put it on as a little tag at the end, the kind of wacky clip that trailers typically end in, the funny bit.
The funny bit.
But there's a lot to be said. Like I'm curious as to how deep they're going to go with CM Punk here, because across this trailer, you see how obviously the validation of the big WrestleMania match and his WWE return. He uses the phrase, I basically went until the wheels fell off. Then there's, like, presumably the reason he's asking Charlotte Flair this specific question is because obviously he went to detail on the Colt Cabana podcast that he did just that in that match with Dean Ambrose back on SmackDown in 2013. So it seems like they're going to do a WWE glossy Netflix retelling of CM Punk's like injury and ultimate WWE exit, and that was what got him in so much legal trouble with Colt Cabana all the way back a decade ago. So they're even going to do their own polished WWE reframing of what was a really ugly and bitter lawsuit way back when.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, take it all with a pinch of salt, obviously.
Of course,
it's still a WWE product.
Pinch of fed.
A pinch of fed.
I still enjoy it as a bit of seasoning.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, you gotta.
I'm gonna watch it all and I'm gonna enjoy it all. But it's still a WWE product. It's still gonna be polished and cherry picked. Yeah. Let's say it's not a factual thing. But all of these Netflix sports documentaries, I'm like super into, even in sports that I really don't give a crap about. Like the Full Swing documentary, I watched all of that. I don't like golf. I don't know, there's something about sports documentaries.
It was massive for F1, wasn't it? Huge. F1 had its boom period as a result of Drive to Survive.
Yeah. And this is kind of what I'm hoping, like if they do WWE Unreal and do it a seasonal thing, like maybe every year, Rumble to WrestleMania, they come in and do a bit of a documentary series and that becomes like their Drive to Survive. Maybe. I'd be well up for that in terms of just getting a little bit of that behind-the-scenes snippet each year.
Do you know what? That's a good point. I'd be interested what people in the comments thought of this. Like, when I would say the Mr. McMahon documentary dropped, how many of your casual fan, lapsed fan friends got in touch to talk about that? Because for me, it was loads of them. Yep. And then Raw being on Netflix, and then WWE at large being on Netflix has resulted in tons of, like, idle chat conversations I've had with mates who've said, I did actually see it, like, when I was looking for this film, whatever. My kids have kind of discovered the Fed through the stuff that, like, falls in the PG rating now that they're allowed, like, a bit of TV time in their room or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it is, I think, like anecdotally this may be, but I feel like a lot of people have had the shared experience. The sheer visibility goes a long way. And often, as you pointed out about these train wreck documentary series, it's a far more engaging way to watch something if you don't like the actual thing it's focused on.
Yeah. I watched all of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders documentary season, and it's like, then that became massive, and then now they're actually paying the cheerleaders. What a world.
The Last Dance seemed to like unite people around like the Bulls dynasty era during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then me and you enjoyed some basketball in America, and then I came back and thought, I fancy just a little taste. I watched like half an hour one episode, ended up rewatching the entire series again. When you're back in the world, it's gripping, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and the way they produce these things, it makes anything entertaining, and everything is like there's the hook at the end of the episode that makes you want to watch the next one. And everything is very bingeable and digestible and interesting. And it kind of doesn't matter whether you're a massive fan of the world or not, you're going to get drawn in by the kind of drama and like that kind of storytelling aspect of it. Yeah. And then potentially that brings you into WWE in general, and hopefully it will bring in more eyes and more viewers. But I just love these behind the scenes documentary stuff for WWE. It doesn't matter whether they're the most polished, incredibly WWE product in the world. I still just really enjoy the little snippets behind the scenes.
It's quite nice to me because for like 35 years, it's like various people have been saying, are you still watching WWE? But now that's just like a Netflix message to a bunch of strangers. And then you can just click, yes. Yeah, it's nice that the world gets to answer that question as well. Exactly. Look, if one of the ways you can watch it if Netflix is not available to you is through NordVPN.
Hello.
We have a fantastic offer currently going. We plug it every week, but only because we believe in it. It's 76% off, 4 months free, and a $50 Amazon gift card. All information is available in the link to this video. That's NordVPN. They're the business, and we've had such an amazing response to this, which is why we're keeping it going. None of this is advertising fluff or nonsense. It's just the best around.
A really good deal.
Incredible offer, 76%, 4 months free, $50 Amazon gift card. Information in the link below, and a great way to watch WWE Unreal if otherwise it might not be available elsewhere. But Netflix, it's the worldwide leader, like NordVPN is in sports entertainment coverage, a bit like, I suppose, WhatCulture wrestling, Phil, which is more the pity. Because I guess now that we've completed this video, there's nothing to watch ever again, right?
No, there's absolutely loads.
What?
It's all on YouTube, you know?
You're kidding?
You can continue your YouTube journey, right? Yeah.
Oh, wow!